Hey, we're Logan's Run.
Hey, what's up? We're Paradise Spheres.
Hi, we're a Will Away.
Hi, I'm Mike from Sparks to Rescue.
And you're on Tori Talks Music.
And you're listening to Tori Talks Music.
We're listening to Tori Talks Music.
And you're listening to Tori Talks Music, live from Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Pat.
I'm Chris.
We're from Station, and you're listening to Tori Talks Music.
I guess we could start. Tell me what your favorite Twitter account is that you follow.
Favorite Twitter account that we follow? Actually, really funny guy is David Coverdale. He's the lead singer of Whitesnake. We follow him on Twitter, and he posts, great. He posts some really funny pictures of some really weird stuff that he's doing because he's on tour. He's traveling like all over the world right now, so he'll like post food, that he's eating in Japan and make really funny, very highly inappropriate comments to go along with it.
I'm into that.
He's really funny. I like David Coverdale on Twitter.
He can sing too.
Also, Big Boob Problems. That's a really funny account. And
I'm sure you can relate. I'm sure you can relate to both of them.
I feel for those girls. I really do. I really do. It happens. Sometimes you can't open drawers or, lift your arms up past here. What? Big boob problems. You wouldn't know, Chris.
Flat-chested. Next question.
Okay, next question. You guys kind of recently, released your first EP.
Yes.
Which is really exciting. So tell me about the response that you've got for that so far.
We've gotten a really good response. We've gotten a really good response internationally too, which was not, I don't want to say surprising, but at the same time surprising, because it's really awesome to wake up to an email from Japan asking to buy 50 CDs, and then wake up the next week from the same guy saying, "Hey, we just sold out of your CDs.
Send us 50 more."
Send us 50 more. Yeah,
that was
cool.
It's so funny because I think our first sale actually was to Hungary. Hungary was our first EP sale ever.
Was his name Peter?
It was like Peter.
Peter. Okay,
something Hungarian. Or Peter. No, Peter Seuss, but it was like SOOS, but
the
like a
bunch
of dots and squiggly lines and,
all that stuff that the English alphabet doesn't have.
Exactly. So,
only Motley Crue knows about it.
Only Motley Crue knows about it. Motley Crue. Motley Crue. It's funny. We've also gotten a lot of really great domestic responses as well, but people have really, we've reached out to tons of magazines and press, with the album to have it reviewed, and it's all been awesome. We've gotten tons of great reviews of the EP. We're really glad. I mean, we thought it was great. We wouldn't have done anything with it if we didn't, but
you go on, you're like, what do you think of the EP? We could have done better.
Yeah. We're sorry, guys.
We're sorry.
We're really
sorry.
sorry.
Next time.
Just give us another chance,
But no, he's right. I mean, in the terms of we've been being contacted. We're being contacted by people all over the world to review the EP, asking for copies of it, which is exciting because, every band has their kind of campaigns, and the world is a big place. So you can only focus on so many places at once, and then to get a request, an email, or a Facebook message from somewhere where there's really no reason they should actually know who we are yet, and asking for the EP, telling us what they think of it, asking to review it. It's great. It's very, it's a great feeling to know that someone out there is looking for you. So.
And the culture of, international, I guess our international sales and international press is people in those cultures really dive into the press on music.
Yeah.
For example, if you're published in certain blogs, we were published in this blog, Rock Review in Belgium, and just the amount of
largest rock blog in Europe.
Yeah, and they've people really are there's so many people that read that every single day and take what they say to heart, and because of that we've gotten so many people responding just to that kind of article. Mm-hmm. That happens in the US too, but it happens, people are only really paying attention to a lot of the big publications, whereas in Europe they're paying attention to the big publications too. That's why they're big publications, but they're the little niche market kind of stuff, little blogs, whatever, they're all about that. Mm-hmm. People really eat that stuff up, so it's cool. It was awesome. So the long-winded answer is the response has been really good.
Do you guys have a favorite song off the EP?
Yeah, I mean, we all have different ones.
Yeah, I mean, I really My favorite song off of that is definitely Everything. It's such it grapples me right away, and that was the most fun I think to record because there was a lot of gain actually, like tons and tons of gain. When Chris was recording his guitar parts, there's like, first of all, on the EP as a whole, there's a lot of stuff that went into it for production, in terms of guitar tones and this, that, and the other thing. For Everything, I think that
I almost blew up one of the cabinets we were recording it through.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
It's
pretty cool to be with the guy who's sitting there and he's like, I did Metallica. And I'm like, yeah, I just blew up your stuff, So.
Well, the first song that we recorded was I'd Understand, and so when we were going through that, there was such an acoustic song. It came out beautifully, and we were really impressed. And then it was, like, Everything was our first rock song. I mean, I remember being in the studio when it was just like, oh my God, it's like our song came to life.
Yeah, it's like
recording.
having a baby.
Yeah.
You see. I mean, no, seriously, like, you talk about seeing your child grow up in the period of 3 days of recording that one song, and then you're just kind of like, you got the drums, you've got the bass, you've got the guitar, oh God, it's a song, you know what I mean, like that, and it's a really cool feeling to see it kind of come together, and then, he's the icing, because, actually, no, you do your vocals usually before I do my guitar solo.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm the icing.
You're not the icing, you're like the
it's because I'm light, it's because I'm light and buttery.
You're the sprinkles that go on top. I'm the icing.
What
The sprinkles.
Because you're bright and colorful.
Can that be like the nickname Chris Sprinkles Lane? Why? Because they're little guitar fills. No, like the thing is that I agree with Pat. My favorite song is also Everything. I mean, I like them all, but I like Everything just because it kind of pops out to me also.
Yeah. Well, just to add, like to go along though, we also like a lot of different songs for a lot of different reasons. I would say overall, it's Everything, but you just because I mean I love listening to I'd Understand too, like whenever that.
Yeah, but at the same time, you say I like Everything, then people don't know which song you're talking about.
That's true.
It's fine.
That's a nickel in the jar.
That's actually $1 at this point.
Yeah, that's
inflation.
true. We have a jar every time you make a joke about everything.
Yeah, if you say like, what are we
gonna play? Everything.
And the other songs. Yeah, that's $1.
That's
If we had
$1?
a child, we'd put him through college already. Next question.
Okay, next question. Is there any song in particular that's got like a much like higher response than you expected or anything? Like,
Well,
From the EP?
yeah.
I mean, it's actually the progression usually goes with the publication is Everything is usually the favorite song off the track, but I also
There's
believe
also
that that's
the
a
most
music
media
video
behind it. Yeah, we have a music video. It is the first track on there.
But
So, yeah.
what I was going to add on to that is a lot of people, after they listen to the whole thing through, that everything pops out to them and they see the video first or whatever, and then most of them gravitate towards Don't Take Heaven Away from Me.
That's because it's the last song you hear.
That's how it goes. Like a lot of people when they're reviewing, they're just like, oh, everything is really great, and then they go through the rest of the EP and they comment on each specific song, and then usually they're like, and then I listened to it for the 7th time, and I decided that Don't Take Heaven Away from Me is my favorite song now. So it's cool.
Cool thing that we've been seeing on YouTube is that people are taking our album cover and making, the static videos where it's just the album cover with the track playing behind it of the other songs on the EP. We have the video for Everything, it's out there, and Don't Take Heaven Away from Me is a song we're almost always playing our set also. So there's a lot of opportunity to hear that. True Believer and I'd Understand, we play that a lot, but we play them less than the other songs, and they're in the middle. So, like Pat said, kind of not the first thing to hit you, not the last thing to leave you with. People are making videos of those songs, so it's cool.
So there's somebody's favorite song.
Exactly.
How do you guys feel about people like putting yourself on YouTube? Because I know some artists like have a huge problem with people like ripping their music and then distributing it for free. So
Okay, so here's sort of our thoughts on that. At this point in our careers, we are more concerned with getting our music out there.
It's always about getting the music out there.
I mean, yeah, exactly. But a lot of artists, their stance on that kind of stuff is, it's either one of two things. One is that, they're more concerned with making money. So therefore, when somebody else is taking their music and profiting on it, it's all pennies, you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about a lot of money anyways, but like when people do that, they take offense to it because it's like, I earned that penny, it's my music, blah, blah, blah. To me, it's like, I'll pay a penny to have 100 more people hear a song that I didn't put up myself and have it spread. You know,
And
we're not old and greedy yet. When we get old and greedy,
You know what though?
Then we'll talk.
You know what though? We won't have that opportunity though because the paradigm has shifted. You know, it's not. Yes, selling music is important to get it out there, but it's really about awareness and getting people to shows. And you know, if you want to talk about just a pure money factor, you're going to make way more on a concert than you are going to make on a CD sale. So, like Pat said, I'd much rather sacrifice the micro penny that I'm going to get from someone putting up there. I'd rather see 100 people like it, and then 10 of those people come to a show. You know, if you want to talk about just straight money, you know, I mean, in general, I just want as many people to listen to our music as possible.
Well, I just wanted to say one other thing about it. The other type of artist that is not usually cool with people taking their music and making YouTube videos out of it or whatever, they have a strong sense of artistic integrity.
We have no integrity.
Yeah, we have no integrity
whatsoever. You can tell by our haircut.
It's not even about the money. It's just like, I made this and I wanted to present it in a certain way, you know, and it's got to be if you're not listening to the whole album all the way through, you know, it's not
right.
The same, it's not correct, it's not how I wanted it to be out there. But my message to them is like, the people who are listening to your music are all going to think about it in a different way anyways. Mm-hmm. You're not your interpretation of songs and the meanings that you get behind music, it's going to be different every single time to every single person.
And nothing is better or worse.
Yeah, nothing's better or worse. So even though, fine, maybe somebody didn't do it the way you wanted it to present it, I mean, if they bought your CD, they're going to listen to it and interpret it differently than you wanted anyway. So
a lot of people who
what's
listen
the difference?
there's a lot of people who listen to just money, and there are people like Pat and I who need to listen to Dark Side straight through. Mm-hmm. So different strokes for different folks. Next question.
Okay.
Next question. we are finished with this question.
I don't think that we have spoke between when you guys released the video for everything and now.
This is the first time we've been to the room since that. So yeah.
So, tell me about the video. Just like what's going on in it. I mean, I don't know if there's really a story behind it because it's a bunch of half-naked people dancing.
Whoa.
She is
one half-naked
Yeah, there's
person.
one half-naked person. The video is actually interesting
Do you count
because Mike's not half naked. Mike's like 3/4 naked. No, like the video was a lot of fun to make.
You're welcome.
We made the video. Actually, we made the video the day after we played a show here in upstate New York. Well, it depends, I guess, where you are in New York. So in New York, in Poughkeepsie at a venue called The Chance. We're actually going to be at The Chance next month, which you should come to. We're opening up for Dio Disciples on the 21st of July. We made the video differently than we had planned. Originally, when we wanted to make the video, we had booked different venues with a lot of different actors. The week we were going to film it, Hurricane Sandy hit, and it disrupted everything in the city. And the only thing unaffected was the venue in upstate New York, in Poughkeepsie, for us. So after a gas shortage crisis, we were able to drive up there, and we filmed the entire video in one day at the venue. The video also is the reason we got to Rocklahoma, because one of the promoters of Rocklahoma saw the video that was posted by a fan on a Finnish blog, said, "I love these guys," found his phone number somewhere, and called us. And the phone call literally went, "Hey, I really like the song. You want to play at Rocklahoma?" Which you go, yes. So, I mean, the video has been great for us.
Like, I have to check my schedule.
With Axel, okay, so it was cool. It's been really good for us, and it's a great way of getting your music out there because it gives you something more than the music too, to just kind of get you into it. A lot of people don't have the attention span sometimes to just be like, let me take a chance on something I've never heard before or whatever, which is, fine, but the video helps ease them into it, so it's a lovely thing.
Yeah, I mean, the video was a lot of fun. It was, it's a great tool for a band to have a music video nowadays. More in this generation of music, bands need to sort of come up with a lot of different tools and different ways of getting their music out there. There's an expectation for bands to have their own recordings, have their own music videos and things like that. So
yeah, the days of we're brand new, we're fresh, take us somewhere, or if not over, dying quickly.
Yeah. So, but it was for us. We were like, okay, we need to really get some media hype around this EP release. Which is why it took us a while to release it, because we made it and we were like, well, if we just release it right now, I mean, where do we go from here? We want to sort of strategize when we're going to release it. We wanted to build up some media around it, and we wanted to make a video for it and put it out there so you get a whole package with
Exactly.
our product. So
Next question.
yeah, that's it.
Next question. Did you meet any particularly cool people at Rocklahoma?
We met a lot of
Yeah.
cool people at Rocklahoma. Rocklahoma was a crazy experience because
The retrospect stage, the stage we played on, it's full of awesome people.
Oh,
there were
yeah.
some really awesome people that were there that we got to hang out with and just chill, talk about music because it was all. But also
Drummer Brian does.
even more so than the other artists that were there, the
People?
fans that were at this thing. Man, it's like a huge gathering of people who are only there to listen to rock music.
in such a nice, friendly way too. No. This sounds ridiculous, but we're all from New York or whatever. We were a little surprised when we said hello to people and everyone said hello back. When there were no fights, literally, I didn't see one fight the entire 3 days, and I mean high alcohol consumption. Everyone is just totally cool.
High, low
happy,
point alcohol
Low point
consumption.
alcohol consumption. Like totally cool, happy, just enjoying the music, And the cool thing is too, is you get a lot of bands from all over the world. So like great bands from like Australia and stuff like that.
In Italy, yeah.
And
there's
Italy.
This band from Italy.
Rhyme.
Rhyme. I was gonna say
So-
Grime. That's a different band.
Different. No, but like to be honest with you, as someone who's a music lover, also, I would very strongly recommend going to a festival like this because you are literally, from the second you walk in and the second you walk out, surrounded by people. I mean, granted, as one of the bands playing, we kind of got to enjoy a lot of interesting things. We were kidnapped by some people in a golf cart at 2 a.m. who were really drunk, driving us around the campgrounds at like 2 a.m. or whatever, like playing acoustic songs to people. That was interesting and very dangerous, but fun.
I was gonna say that takes drinking and driving to
We
a.
weren't drinking, but
Yeah.
they put on, and then they're like swerving. I'm like, "You okay?" He goes, "No, he's wasted." I'm like, "Oh God."
Yeah, I know.
You know.
It's pretty great.
We had
But
some
actually,
girls ask
it's,
for Brian's blood.
it's true. We had these tattoos, these temporary tattoos that we walked around and we handed to people, and it had our name and our set time and what stage we were playing and whatnot. And we were just like, are people going to be into this idea? Because Northeast mentality. If somebody comes up to you
Don't
and
touch
it's just
me.
like, I want to touch you with something, you're going to be like, no way, dude. I watch the news. And in Oklahoma, like people are just like, oh my God, temporary tattoos, that's so awesome. Put like 5 on me, And they're like,
We had
"Is this what?"
we had a girl wearing pasties, wearing the tattoos as pasties.
Yeah, that was
interesting.
Oh my God.
That was
No,
pretty
there was a
funny.
lot of that kind of stuff. Like where you go up to people like, "Hey, come see the band. You want a tattoo?" Yeah, I'd be like, "Okay,"
Good.
Sitting
There
there
was-
like trying to, let me put it,
There was a lot of weird stuff. Like actually, I felt a little bad, but I kind of attacked a girl who was trying to steal my set list on the stage because we were playing, and this girl up front was like trying to rip the set list off, but we're on like the second song, and I'm like, I've got a lot more songs to play. I don't know what they are. So like all I see is like her hands going at it. I'm like fighting her with this, and I'm like we got a video, and you could actually see me kind of looking down and like
trying to step on her
I
fingers.
wasn't like trying to break anything. I was being very nice, but like at the same time, we're like doing this thing.
Were
I'm, like,
you,
pushing
though?
my foot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I have no balance, so
Yeah.
it's amazing I stood up.
Clearly, you just like walked into Pat before.
We're okay.
We're
Next
past
question.
it. We're past
Next
it.
question.
Well, that was all the questions I had.
Well, do you have a question?
What is like the best show? What is like the best show you've ever played?
Rocklahoma's up there.
We're not an internationally touring band yet, and we're not to the point where we walk down the street and people say, "I know who that band is." Being an artist playing at this festival, we could have been. It was crazy because honestly, we like walked out and people were just like, "I need to take a picture with you." I'm like, "You have no idea who I am." They're like, "I know." Yeah, it was cool. I mean, people buying stuff, people with the stickers, asking for our drummer's blood. Which was
That was like
weird.
our drummer, whenever he plays, he likes to bleed a lot.
Yeah, I don't
know if he likes it, but he's
on his sticks.
Yeah, so there's, and Rocklahoma was no exception, where at the end of the day, his hands were covered in blood because he wasn't wearing gloves.
He's
and,
actually not exaggerating though, like covered in blood.
yeah.
Like,
So the stick was actually covered in blood, and like some chick afterwards came up and like he was like giving out his sticks or whatever, and just like I want your blood, and like took the stick
they made him
from
like
him.
squeeze out some more blood on a piece of paper. Yeah, it was weird. It was really weird. And I turned to Brian and I'm like, "Brian, that is disgusting." He goes, "No, Chris, that's awesome." I'm like, "Okay." And then thank God Mike, our bass is there. He's like, "Brian, Purell."
There might
the
be
trials and tribulations of
in like
active rock
5
band.
years there might be another Brian walking around.
They cloned the drummer.
cloned
Actually,
the
I mean, you know, at the rate he's bleeding, he's not going to be around much longer. So you know, I mean, the last time we played at the Room, it was really exciting because we got asked for an encore, and
I was there.
you were there. Well, we got
2 encores actually.
Yeah. But between the 2 encores, Brian finished and Vern starts talking, and Brian just stands up and goes, "How about another one, motherfuckers?" And everyone's like, "Do one more!" Like, We're actually the last band on tonight, so if you keep yelling for more, we will keep playing.
We like to form our shows into shows, and you know, strategize which songs we're gonna play and make carefully crafted set lists. And so when all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we want more," we're sitting there going like, "Oh, we could play like yeah." I mean, we're there like we could play like a ballad.
Well, no, that's a big problem with us, is because we have actually a very extensive catalog. We have 45, 46 or something original songs that we try to actively rotate through all our sets. That's why we prefer to play hour and 45-minute sets or 2-hour sets, because we like to try to build a show out of it.
Yeah.
You
I have
know,
another question.
our set tonight's going to be probably around hour or 10. But the thing is, though,
Plus encore.
well, no, plus the encore, plus all 3 encores. No, but the thing is that
To have 3 encores played.
so I mean,
You are cut off from your
don't push a man with bad ballads, especially to the left where the hair is parted.
I'm gonna break your guitar playing hand in a second.
Which one?
Yeah, I know.
My other guitar player. No, you know, to build a set list is an art. You know, you got to think about. You can't say, "Oh, well, you know, our 3 best songs are ballads, so let's play them all in a row," because by the end of it, people are gonna either be in the bathroom still or just have left because the energy just dies. Love ballads, but you know, whatever. So like, what ends up happening is that we take a bunch of our songs and we say, well, we definitely want to play these, say, 15 songs. We'll organize them in a way that makes sense. And then, you know, with the double encore thing, it's all of a sudden you're like, well, I like this song, you know what I mean? So, like, we've started kind of planning that out to, you know, make sure we have that covered. So, this interview's over. We're done. Give me the camera.